Before the dawn of the sun, I keep my eye on the moon. Taking off on latitude like the witch on the broom. Flying balloon, solar disc rising over lagoon. Bending a spoon, God is thought a symbol of the baboon. Man is skyscraper, fourth-world industrialist.
Greetings, sanibonani, dumelang, absheng, molweni, ashe, hotep. One love, one love, one love. Welcome to the space once again, House of the Wood, where we dissect a wide range of topics, touching from metaphysical issues, spiritual issues, our spirituality, our cosmology, cosmogony, esoteric matters, subtle aspects, that makes up what we know as the soul, the soul phenomena. So particularly today, I just felt the need, to speak about the spirit. What is a spirit? If I could be asked, what is a spirit? My quick response will be, this divine grandeur network that interconnects each and every aspect of creation, within the domain of the cosmos, So it's what makes every physical matter to manifest, because spirits will never manifest, can't manifest actually without the gross physical realm, you understand? Yeah. So that's the definition that I would give, basically, But again, knowing that living in this quantum realm of time and space, you understand, the catalyst here in this realm is equality, We know of the spirit, but on other realms beyond time and space, we know of these spirits around as things that are not subjected by immorality, our morality here, what we know as right or wrong. It's just the spirits, like undifferentiated, So, but here now in this density of quantum space-time, we get to differentiate the spirit within, is it a good spirit or is it a bad spirit? Because we know of right, we know of wrong within this time and space, but in other dimensions that might not be applicable or the case, because on the grandeur scale of the cosmos, what is actually there is the law of cause and effect. So with us here in this time space, we know that phenomena as immorality within us, what is right, what is wrong, So, just so few days ago, I was passing by, Kasi, Clips Braids, not so far from this neighborhood, and I saw a dead person, I saw a corpse laying down, in that pool of blood, and the way abantu, people, they were, they were so complacent with surrounding like the dead body, taking pictures, you understand, I'm talking about the age, like young people, old people, you understand. It seemed as if we don't, I don't know, we don't value, we lack of a value of what is the soul, you understand. Yeah, death of someone, something that is so tragic, like tragic, it's a tragedy, it's something right at night, Yeah, you shouldn't be sleeping okay even at night after seeing like a dead somebody. But with how we are towards death, you understand, death carries no weight no more, we understand. Okay, I do understand that everybody will die, we understand at times, but I think we are induced to a state of consciousness whereby we have witnessed a whole lot of atrocious circumstances, you understand. So that sense of consciousness, the sensitivity, the conscience too, is gradually becoming inactive and stale. Even with a given law of immorality, now in this time and space, you understand, we don't know what is actually wrong anymore, what is actually right, you understand. So we are these people that who are induced in that state of consciousness, and it creates this race of people mover on autopilot, you understand. The other day, Ebara, one of the many cities around Soweto, like a guy shot another guy because they were prior, frying meat, what they also call like barbecuing, understand. So there was just like a twist in terms of whose meat is it, you understand. The other guy, we understand, instead of what's a reason, you understand, no dude, if I took your meat, then sorry, no, it's not your meat, you understand. Like, we can talk about easy though, we have an intellect civil. So the other guy just draw a weapon and shot the other guy over meat. Yeah, so like slowly we are losing the concept of immorality within us, you understand. And immorality is like a ruler that directs the ship on how to navigate, you understand. So with us, like with our lives, we do need like immorality, like a full surplus of immorality, because it gives us directives a life in how to sail within this vast consciousness of life, So with the slack in morality that us as human beings are embodying right now, it shows that it proves the drift that we once had with the source, the main spirit, the main archetypal spirit, which is for the lack of the better word, I would say God, but the main source, uramasiti, only dumere, umwari wandenga, umdali, umenzi, uqamatha, we have drifted away. That's why we no longer value, or rather upholding awareness, what is it that life really entails. What is the life? What is life? What is the soul? Understand that. That's why even the death of somebody amongst us, doesn't carry value anymore. We understand the weight. So all of these things, they are feasible in this realm just because the spirit varies in different manifest. What we know as evil entities, demon, demons, malicious spirits, I understand. All of those phenomena, like extensions of the main spirit, we understand. But because we're living in a realm of time and space where everything is catalyzed by polarity or duality, you understand, we do have benevolent spirits. Also, we do have malicious spirits. So our domain, our earthly domain, basically is infiltrated by both spirits, the evil spirits and benevolent spirits. So with us human beings having a gift of consciousness, most especially a willpower, you understand, it doesn't put us on a topper position of a food chain, you understand. No, everything just coexists in a balanced, harmonious rhythm, né? But with the gift, with the light of the intellect, human beings were endowed with like the element, we understand, which was rarely given to other living creations out there. So with this consciousness, you understand that it enables humans to exercise a willpower, you understand, in terms of now expanding the inner domain of consciousness. You understand, our outlook, you understand that we are aware of this universal divine sacred network, this symbiotic network corner that oozes through yonke into ekhona, each and every aspect with creation, with domain universe. You understand why? Because we are aware of it. Awareness builds a perception. Perception builds a reality. So we were given with that gift. So meaning that by plugging with awareness, you understand, the awareness of the spirit, how does the spirit works? We understand. We get to to be aware of the spirits that we are dealing with as a CP, like incarnating in this physical realm. We understand, because we can differentiate. We understand, like a dog, a cat, like doesn't know any better. That's why, like, you understand, a dog can commit like the immoral act out there. We understand that when I will term it as wrong, but to a dog's reality, actually wrong. Understand? So even immorality, it's a concept of the intellect that a human being was endowed with. In terms of now, how do we go about expanding a consciousness to expanding a perception to expanding a awareness to. So by being unplugged in that sort of consciousness, of awareness, I see we fail to uphold the awareness of other spirits that might crawl in, about malicious spirits that might crawl in with nefarious agendas. So our societies today are so plunged in the most unpleasant experiences. You understand that, because we're living in a realm of space-time whereby now wrong and malicious entities have infiltrated, find a way to infiltrate our thought patterns, our psyche, our legislature, our fashion, our music, the foods that we eat, social policy. You understand, like each and every sphere that you can think of existence. You understand, these spirits, they carry power to infiltrate even the highest echelons of the most prominent institutions, such as politics and religion. We've witnessed cases of pastors doing a whole lot of immoral conduct, ranging from pedophilia to human exploitation, you understand, and to rape. We had a case of Ukwekwe, which sparked a whole lot of resentment, pertinent to racial issues. We understand, given that we've emerged from a past, a dark, as Abantu dark here in South Africa. We understand there's a lot that is happening, showing that we're not just dealing with benevolent spirits here, but a wide share of darkness, immorality, has its own power, within the widest range of our existence. Jengoba siphila so, I don't know, man, because now this spirit, we've been told from ancient scrolls, ancient teachings, they are of the lifeless realm. So the main motive behind interacting with human affairs for them, I understand, is to harvest the energy, because the energy, like a particular degree of the energy, is capable of giving them a life, because they are of the lifeless realm. So they need the energy. These entities, they do need the energy. We got we had umkhulu Isanuse Credo Mutwa, who professed a lot about malicious entities. Awabiza ngamachitauri. Uyabona? Lezi zinto lezi, like in ancient times, kwaZulu bezibizwa ngezimbulu. You know, the scaly skinned people. They are not people. They are just like malicious entities who can shapeshift and take form. Human bodies, human body suits. They can wear flesh, you know. 2001, I met up someone. I met up someone whom I believe was possessed by umoya, wezimbulu, you know. I met this someone from a free state, you understand, and with the whole temperament, yokuba isangoma, like she was a gogo isangoma, you understand. It's a long story, so with an attempt to cut it short, this gogo basically beganga naye idlozi. Gogo wasn't of idlozi, but like an evil spirit camouflaged kuye, and then wearing or shrouded in the form of idlozi, you understand. I'm talking about someone kumabai, talking about someone kumabhidzi, you know. I'm talking about someone ushisimpepho. I'm talking about like umungo, like isangoma mawubheka, like isangoma, you know. So Gogo wasn't a sangoma. There's the person basically who attempted to take my life away, you know. I met up with ugogo coming from a free state, wafika ugogo here in Joburg, you know. We stayed with ugogo. So ugogo basically, the agenda was to turn me into a sacrifice, you understand it, because she came all the way from a free state with an okap, the knife, you know, an okapi knife. So she was working for like a fraternity of these people now posing as like abantu, like spiritualists, you understand. So I would say coven, you understand. It's just the congregation of the witches, you know? So Gogo to me, you understand, to collect blood. She came with a plastic filled with amabai, like bango sangoma cloths, you know? And all of those bodies, they were drenched in blood. You understand? I questioned why Ufika with plastic and amabai, like with blood. Understand? So I just went through menstruation cycle. So you know, like in Tengatlangana, you understand? So basically ugogo umuntu obeyenza ama-human sacrifices. I don't wanna mention amagama wabantu. I know that some of y'all, especially people that, like, you know, I've been friends with, you understand, like I'm a companions one, they know of what I'm talking about, you understand. Yeah, it's an encounter that nearly took my life away. So this was in 2001. Yeah. All right, ugogo indaba yamabai, after the bai thingy, ugogo attempted to stab me with an okapi knife while I was sleeping. But mawumuntu, everywhere you go, you walk with a guardian angel. Like a guardian angel that protects you from whatsoever sorts of perils out there, or dangers. So but I was spared. Yeah, that evening I was spared, because I'm still here, you understand. So with this, what I'm trying to say is these malicious entities, they also have penetrated our spiritual, our traditional spiritual frameworks. I'm talking about spirits, you know, malicious spirits that visits one at night, you know, in a form of umkhulu ugogo who can't now cross over, well, because like there's a ritual that needs to be conducted, blood rituals, you understand that they require like animal blood, you understand, as long as those into. And what's up, what is it with the blood ritual, the blood rituals that we have that are entrenched within our spiritual frameworks as abantu abamnyama, traditional people. What's up with blood? Why are we shunning the archetypal elements of creation? We have them, the netero, basically, you understand, the archetypal principles that form each and every pantheon system that is out there, within the wide range of African cultures. Why are we not so keen at conducting our rituals with water, organic, with fire, organic, with air? Yes, it's ashes in paper. We burn frankincense, it's Panama incense. Yes, that's good. With earth elements. Why the usage of blood? What is it within the blood that does, I don't know what? What's up with blood? So we conversely, on the flip side of the coin, while we're still on this Tipiama spirit, the lifeless entities. Remember what we said, the main reason behind the motive for them to interact with human affairs is to harvest the vast amount of energy. Why? Because they are of the lifeless realm. Blood retains of life, plasma, you understand. This homoglobin liquid substance also retains of what we know as a plasma, and also a plasmanoid, which is the substance of the universe. Within the quantum field, it serves as a conductor. Yeah, it's a conduit that conducts the energy of the universe. You understand that conducts the energy of the generational ancestral links, and like that chain. You understand that because within blood, within the homoglobin substance, you understand, there lies our ancestry. We understand, from time immemorial to infinity. So blood contains a plasmanoid also, which is of a vitality for the malicious entities in this human realm, and interact with us, and harvest energy, plasma. So I know this might put me to an end or controversial, understand. This is how I perceive things. This is my reality, and I don't think it is too late to question some of the things that we've been, plunged into as amatocranes, sometimes amadogmas or teachings. You understand, at one point there was no blood spilling, but out of like human experiences, at one point I went to Wakala, and then they spilled blood. You understand, they consumed the meat of the world. You understand. So yonke into khona la iqala khona. What we know as a culture, iqale somewhere. You understand. So even now, it will never be too late to see question izinto, all for the sake of adopting a new outlook, for the betterment of our consciousness, because we have to live in a world where we are allowed to make our mistakes, you understand, and also to atone from our mistakes, you understand, by questioning things, you understand, adopting new outlooks. Let us not be so rigid ukuthi we can't bend. We can't bend with the new tides of the universal seasons, which now thrust us to a threshold of learning. We should relearn, we should unlearn, we should relearn. You understand? Everything is not like written on rocks within this time and space, because here the only thing that will remain forever is change. So we're going through these changes, impertinent to our human evolutions. You understand? So there are a lot of malicious spirits out there that have infiltrated the domain of human affairs. We're losing people. Death is more of like, I don't know, man. It's like a bedtime story nowadays. You understand? People don't even fear death no more. You understand? Let alone giving dignity to death. You understand? That's because now these malicious energies, they interact with us, they influence us to do things that leads to our demise, to our own demise. You understand? We die because naturally we are not plugged to this cosmic awareness, this cosmic perception, which molds our cosmic realities, our cosmologies. We are not so plugged in that sort of etheric or spiritual socket. Therefore, it's so easy for other malicious spirits to infiltrate our realm and sort of give major influence in terms of how do we deal with our human conduct. You understand? We do a whole lot of atrocious things. It proves we don't have a sense of immorality. You understand? Things that we do, most of them, they are dead trips. Types of lifestyles. From the foods that we eat, we are even susceptible to food that we are being fed. We don't produce our own food. You understand? Who feeds you controls you. We understand? They kill us through food, via biological, chemical warfare. So why? Because it's these entities sitting at the highest echelons. Now with how our societies are being governed, we understand it's their influence that creates the whole matrix. So we are dealing with something higher, beyond just flesh and blood. We are not just against the flesh and blood here, but like what Bob Marley once said, we are against the spiritual weaknesses, it's higher and lower levels. You know what I mean? So it's so sad, it's so sad to see the happenings ezenzakalayo with society yethu, really it is so sad, and when you get to sit and question a lot, you'll be most likely to find we are not just dealing with humans here. There are other spirits, behind what the eye means, or rather what meets the eye. So there's a lot into it, so the urge here is to implore everyone to take care of his spirituality. Let us take care, let us sharpen our spirituality now, coming to awareness, because we need to be aware. Remember, awareness builds a perception builds a reality. You understand? So we are the drivers of our own reality. We create our own realities, but with a full amount of awareness. So we need to be aware of a whole lot of things, and turn no stone and leave no stone unturned. We are dealing with the spirit here, so physical life is not all there is. Behind, there's a driving force, behind every physical manifestation. So it is of vitality for us to keep on sharpening our spiritualities. I'll just like leave it there for today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are willing to ask. Please do ask. If you wanna put like any form of insight, please do it. You know, interact, like, subscribe. Thank you very much. This is a house of Itehuti. Thank you very much. Until we meet again on the next episode.
Before the dawn of the sun, I keep my eye on the moon. Taking off on latitude like the witch on the broom. Flying balloon, solar disk rising over lagoon.